Hi, Baconhair Animated here. Today, we are going to talk about boys who happened to travel into the future. Autumn, afternoon, the students of school in Roblox, as usual, tried to make the most of the recess and the outgoing summer, rushing around the schoolyard. Among this turmoil were the heroes of our story, Tim and Peter. But on that day, the guys got tired of mindlessly rushing around the football field and were hanging around near the company of high school students who were actively discussing summer vacations. One of them now and then boasted that he recently visited a very scary, abandoned building on the edge of the city, and that now absolutely everyone was supposed to respect him because of this. Tim, clearly pissed off by such impudence, could not resist and got into their conversation. Big deal. Even such a schoolboy as I can easily drive there. Everyone laughed. What are you talking about, man? You won't even last 5 minutes there. Go on and play with your poppet and don't bother with adults. Recently, one boy disappeared at school. They say he was last seen there. Yes, you. I bet I can hold out there. For a night. All night long. Yeah. Naturally, when he heard how the girls admired his loud statements, he immediately forgot about his fear of the coming night. I'll take Peter with me and we'll go there and sit all night. Okay, if you sit there all night, I'll give you $100. Deal?
Uh-huh.
Well, did you show off? Peter shouted at him when they walked home from school. Maybe we should go and apologize. Have you gone mad? Nonsense. We can't fail in front of the whole school. Nancy was there and heard everything. And if I give up, she will understand that I'm a sucker, and that's it. You're already in her friend zone, bro. Come on, go ask our parents for the night and pack the things, as if you stay at my place and I at yours. Having prepared for the trip, the friends set off. It was evening, it was getting darker and darker, and their idea no longer seemed so harmless to Tim. What did you take with you? Water, a flashlight, a few bars, and, of course, my beloved poppet. He was about to ask him the same thing, but suddenly, someone from the darkness moved towards them. The guys immediately shouted, getting ready to run, but saw that it was a bum.
Hi.
Guys, do you have a cigarette? No, we don't smoke. That's good. Well done. Where are you going in such darkness? To an abandoned place nearby. You know, the one that everyone bypasses. You mean this dark, ruined house at the end of the street? Yes. Huh, are you crazy? People disappear there, and none of ours sticks there. Having said this, the bum disappeared from sight without saying anything else. Tim and Peter didn't know what to think and continued walking. Tim was already beginning to tremble with fear and regretted his statements 1,000 times. He almost turned back, but the more he thought of the shame in front of the elders, the more he fell into despair. The whole school would laugh at them and remember their fail for another 6 months. No, this won't happen, Tim told himself, and moved to the black as an abyss entrance of the house. The guys didn't stay long in the hall and quickly found downstairs in the basement, where they had to spend the night. Surprisingly, they didn't find any corpses or ghosts there, only a bunch of spider webs and unnecessary junk. While Peter was arranging a sleeping bag on the basement floor, Tim looked around with a flashlight. Hey, we've only been here for half an hour, and you're already scattering your precious toys. What do you mean? It's in my pocket. This is... then whose? Peter immediately went up to his friend and looked at the place where the flashlight was shining. Really? One more? Peter did not waste time and immediately began to pop the poppet. It seemed his friend had found something to do for the night, and only Tim sat and thought that something in this story was not clear. However, he soon relaxed as well. The friends quickly fell asleep and woke up only on an alarm clock. in the morning. Leaving the house, the children were already ready to run to school to boast of their achievement. They had already reached the city center and had only to cross the road, but something almost knocked them down halfway.
Ugh, what the?
Tim was freaked out, but noticed Peter's surprised face. He silently looked after the car. Tim turned around, and the car, smoothly flying through the air somewhere in the distance. Tim rubbed his eyes. It couldn't have been collective hallucinating. Maybe he was still asleep. But the closer they got to the city center, the more often they saw flying cars, and the buildings became more and more fanciful and taller. The boys did not even speak. Both did not know at all how to comment on it. On their way, they came across an advertising sign, Starbucks, in which was written the year 2077. After that, stopping in a park where there were almost no people, they still could not resist. Are we in the future? Tim could only nod silently.
Yeah.
But what should we do? How is this possible? I don't know. Maybe we should go call your parents? I'm not sure. Everyone will be so shocked that we could be sent to the madhouse. Especially my dad. Let me think. Exactly, Dad. Do you remember how he spent all the money at the races? Well, of course I remember. He told me then it would be cool to know all the outcomes of sporting events in advance. And now we know them. We just need to find a book or something with this information. They came to the still working library. They quickly found the archive and the necessary section with the archives, and soon they saw what they needed. Throwing the folder into the backpack, Tim took to his heels. He quickly ran out of the building, but the librarian suspected something and called them, but the guys had already run away. I was already thinking we are screwed, but Peter was not so happy. I saw a phone in her hands. She called the cops.
Oops.
And, as if to prove it, the sounds of a police signal were immediately heard nearby. Run! But it was too late. The cops almost caught up with them, and one car overtook them and blocked the road. The police officers who entered the room seemed extremely familiar to them, but where could they see them? Exactly. Those were their own faces, just 10 years older. The guys saw that their matured versions were suspecting of something and constantly exchanging glances. Well, why did you need to steal some old notebook? And even with the recordings of sporting events that have long passed? Asked the matured Tim to the younger Tim. Yeah, we collect old notebooks? Stop telling nonsense. Did you want to find something more valuable there? The guys clearly didn't understand what the cop was hinting at. Understand, we have not conceived anything bad. We need to know the events of past years because we... What? From the past. What? The grown-up Tim got angry. So, that's it. Peter, call the madhouse. No, please, trust us. Guys, you're talking some kind of nonsense. But it's true. We're from 2021. Back then, the cars didn't fly yet. Then we just climbed into the abandoned house, and when we got out, we ended up here. The cops looked at the boys, surprised. They obviously hesitated, because for some reason, they wanted to believe them. Okay, so why do you need sports events according to your version? My father is mired in debt. He lost all his money on bets. So we thought, since we're in the future, why not get the results of events, in case we can go back to the past? One of the cops froze. Is there something wrong? The older Peter asked him. Let's go away. We need to talk. Peter, look how much they're alike.
No.
What do you mean? It's us, from the past. Their names are the same, and the story of his father is directly identical to the story of mine. I would have stayed with that ass for life if he had not suddenly become rich and could not help me with the university. They need help. If we don't bring them back, the past can change, and because of this, something could happen to us. Okay, let's go help them. The two police officers returned to the interrogation room in a clearly good mood.
Well, guys, get ready. We trust you, but if you are cheating, we will take you to the madhouse.
Young Tim and Peter immediately smiled. Will they be allowed to go home? They weren't sure exactly how to get back, but at least they had to try.
Wow, at least once in our life we will ride flying cars, and even a police one.
They asked the police to take them to that abandoned house.
God, how long ago we were here.
Suddenly burst out from the adult Peter. The guys were about to go into the house, but they were too late. Thank you, policemen, for your help. Without you, we would not have coped. They went down to the basement and sat down again on their sleeping bag. Peter took out his poppet again and started poking at it. Leaving the basement, the friends at once ran to school. Still, it was necessary to finish what had been started. A crowd of high school students and girls greeted them. They showed pictures that they took at the abandoned place as evidence.
Wow, okay guys, they deserve it.
One of the high schoolers handed them the money. Tim, proud and pleased with himself, took the award and raised his hands up, shouting, which was caught up by Peter and a crowd of girls. Tim noticed Nancy's enthusiastic look and became even happier. But the guys didn't stop there. Within a week, they had accumulated $1 million in bets. Realizing that for now, this is enough for them, Tim took the treasured folder to his dad, who at first did not believe them, but quickly changed his mind and took up sports betting again, only this time with a much better outcome.